Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us here at the Crypto Blitz. I am your host, and this is the place where you can satisfy your craving for crypto. Sending out a ripple due to the fact that I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning. I am a little bit behind schedule today, 0. For the purpose of Lux Lines, we are going to get together to discuss a connection that is currently being developed. There is going to be another one beneath the bouts, and it is going to be a particularly large one that has a lot of connections to the Web3 metaverse region. After observing their games, I can say that what they are doing is the complete package. You are going to be astounded when we continue our discussion on this topic. In addition, we will provide you with an update on the Ripple First SCC case and discuss the current price of XRP in this episode. Please keep in mind that there is still one more component of the lawsuit that needs to be submitted: the current market price, the direction in which we are heading, the resistance levels of XRP, and then we will hear from JP Morgan because everything they say is a completely false statement. Let's get started on a Bitcoin transaction without further ado. The value of $72,641 has increased by 0.95% in comparison to what it was 24 hours ago. The value of Ethereum has increased by 0.33%, reaching $4,019. There will be a dollar shipment that is arriving as USDT. This is a pretty significant fact that XRP is still trading at 66 cents. The price has dropped by around 2%, but let's keep it at 66 cents and do a push-up. The next level of resistance is 75 cents. Once that level is broken, we will be able to begin discussing the range of 90 cents to $1. Everything will go down very quickly. Bitcoin prices are indicating that there are $78,000 before the sweet spot, and we are still waiting for that correction to occur before the rest of the market stabilizes. This is without a doubt one of the most impressive bull runs that we have ever witnessed. It is possible that this is one of the final bull cycles because once the markets have increased by $5 to $7 trillion, Bitcoin is not likely to get back down to its previous level. There is a good chance that it will find its foundation somewhere around the area of $48,000 to $45,000, which we will refer to as the $40,000 Reggie Jamie Dimon out of us is worth listening to. It is not necessary for you to be concerned since we are not going to listen to the entire interview. Instead, we are going to listen to Ripple vs. SE in order to find out what is happening with the institutional sales. We are hoping that the litigation will be resolved either this year or early next year, and once it is, we will be able to put this entire issue behind us. However, JP Morgan is a whore. He tells each and every one of his staff, as well as everyone else, that Bitcoin exchange traded funds, ETFs, make a great deal of sense, don't they? Take a listen to this. I am aware that I am aware. For the time being, you might find it difficult to type, but the word in question is Bitcoin. With the passage of this exchange-traded fund ETF a week ago, I believe that a lot of people are still trying to figure out what all of this implies. In my opinion, if you were a client of JP Morgan, you could phone your broker and ask them to get you some of this exchange-traded fund ETF. What is it that you are instructing your brokers to say to their customers over the phone when they make that call? I believe that this is a really significant point to make. I would appreciate it if you could explain to me that blockchain is a recognized technology that we employ. It will move both money and data in an effective manner. As well, we have been discussing the topic for the past 12 years. It's also quite a little bit. It seems to me that we have wasted an excessive amount of words on cryptocurrency. 2 different varieties are offered. There is a coin that has the potential to actually work in some way. Take into consideration that it is a smart contract that is integrated into the currency. It is possible for us to use it to purchase and sell real estate as well as to transfer data that may be of value. The concept of tokenizing things that you can do something with and things that you can't do anything with is something that I refer to as the pet rock or the Bitcoin, or something similar. People are able to utilize it, which is the first thing I say about Bitcoin, and I'm not making a joke about it. Avoiding taxes and money laundering using AML fraud, sexual exploitation through prostitution. We were talking about actual use cases, and you can imagine it being put to use to generate hundreds of billions of dollars annually for that purpose. The final use case is shown here. The rest is nothing more than people speculating about this. The last thing I said about Bitcoin was, I defend your right to do Bitcoin, okay, so that's the last thing I said at all. Because I don't want to tell you what to do, I told you not to get involved. However, I don't want to tell anyone else what to do either at this time. You are threatening to fire all of your employees if they discuss Bitcoin, and I don't want you to tell me what to do. I don't want you to order me to do anything. In what way does that follow logic? No, Michael Branch, it does not work that way. We have developed a collaboration with Ripple, and we have been offered compensation to grow. Translo, a global provider of payment services, has expanded its operations into Europe with the assistance of a rapidly expanding European fintech startup. Ripple is the owner of 40% of Translo, and the company plans to use XRP. As a means of expansion, Ireland, they had already received authorization from the central bank in the month of December 2023, when he made the announcement of the XRP2 Euro channel. I believe it was in the year 2022. According to a Bitcoin specialist, the next thing that we need is for the price of XRP to not close for less than 66 cents. After that, the next bull must bounce from inside the range of the bounty bounce. XRP will reach the Fibonacci level of 0.618 as a result of this, which will get us closer to the symbolic value of $1. It is important to keep in mind that in the cryptocurrency market, a dollar represents a psychological level that we need to surpass in order to discuss the possibility of pushing up to the all-time high from the previous bull run, which was somewhere around $92. After that has been removed, we will be able to discuss making an approach. This is an update for Ripple versus SEC, and I am sending it out to everyone. This is a significant point. In this video, Fred Raspel discusses the next steps that will be taken in the litigation between Ripple and SEC. This is even more significant than the majority of people believe it to be. The fact that XRP has received clarity that is not security is the reason why this matter is not receiving as much attention as it once did. What happens to Ripple and institutional sales is not something that the majority of people, including me, are particularly concerned about at this point. XRP is the only cryptocurrency that we are interested in, and the reason for this is that we are investors in XRP, not Ripple. It is possible that some of you have investments in Ripple, the company, which is the reason why you might be interested in this. On the other hand, those who are in possession of XRP have been successful in doing what we set out to do, which was to make certain that XRP is not perceived at any level as a promise. We will have the opportunity to undertake a study of the current state of affairs with regard to on-demand liquidity, new contracts, and the overall performance of Ripple as a functional organization, as his interpretation of the scenario suggests. Furthermore, we will have the chance to do so. There is not going to be a trial taking place at this site because it is currently hosting a briefing instead of the trial that was supposed to take place there. The amount of damages that were awarded during either the month of July or the month of August is likely to be decided by the judge, and there is a significant possibility that this judgment will be made. It is projected that XRP will experience a surge in popularity during the entirety of the summertime for the remainder of this year. This is true for the entirety of this year. With regard to the timelines that you offered, to what extent do you agree or disagree with them? Do you not find them to be quite fascinating? Is that not the case? In the event that we are successful in obtaining a favorable ruling, the Securities and Exchange Commission will make an effort to argue that what Ripple is doing now and will continue to do in the future constitutes, in an essential sense, a securities transaction. If we are fortunate in achieving a positive verdict, then this will be the situation that plays out in relation to the remark that Judge Torres makes about institutional sales. It is possible to draw a connection between this assertion and the statement. Should we be fortunate in obtaining a positive ruling, we will proceed with the operations that we have planned to carry out. Regardless of this, we are unable to provide any forecasts because we are unable to be positive of the outcomes of the scenario. On the other hand, if they were that intelligent, each and every one of their sales to institutions would have been immediately amended to be as far away from what Judge Torres recommended in respect to securities. This would have been the case if they were as bright as they claim to be. Should they have been aware of and knowledgeable about this matter, they would have taken quick action to accomplish this. Additionally, during the briefing that will take place over the course of the next 2 days, Ripple is going to provide an argument that is in direct opposition to this. I want to make sure that each and every one of you is aware of this topic since it is of the biggest significance and will be discussed in greater detail in the paragraphs that are to come. Furthermore, I want to make sure that you are aware of it.on